Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to look at why we don't want to look at Trump. We want to look at why Donald Trump keeps canceling all these opportunities to be the center of attention in front of cameras and interviewers and live audiences that aren't necessarily the live audiences picked by Fox at their town halls. Just only bringing in women from the Republican Party.
Randomly selected.
Exactly. Like the head of the RNC in Florida and the head of, the
Like
Trump fan club.
that black lady had to be there. This, the one black Republican
Oh,
lady
yeah,
that
she shows up at all the
randomly
events.
shows up at everything. Oh, look, hey.
How did she? Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew she was an undecided Florida woman or whatever?
Yeah, so there's a lot going on, and you're probably aware of this. So we did the video that came out today was our reading on Trump's mental health.
And we're outside, and it looks like our we have halos going on.
Yes.
Oh. It looks like we both got haircuts around the same time.
Exactly. So we had done a Trump health reading because we kept getting the moon card, and we recorded that, I think, last Sunday. I think we did everything on Sunday, didn't we? Because Saturday you came home from Mendocino.
Yeah.
So and then of course
Where I wore this shirt, and it was a huge hit, by the way.
Yes.
So thank you again to Ozzy's mom for designing it.
Yep. So and of course, Trump. That was the week that Trump did his little 39-minute music video, and just all the other stuff.
Sorry.
Canceling left and right. So and his team is saying, oh well, he's got exhaustion. The other thing that's kind of interesting is that
Did they actually say that?
I think Stephen Chung came out saying he's dealing with exhaustion. But the other thing that's very curious is he seems to be very consistently starting late. That was part of the reason why in Coachella, all these people lost their bus pass to go back to their cars.
You have to pay for the buses too to bring them
Well,
back.
there's that, right? But
that runs into money.
So
and he's got a partner.
So he's canceling stuff. He's showing up late. He's starting late, and then he's just shutting it down and doing a dance party. So there might be a little more going on that the Republicans, his handlers, they're trying to stay on top of, but it's coming out more and more and more.
Yeah, Gary and I were talking about that. We were speculating that maybe he's starting a little bit late because they're waiting for the meds to kick in, and you can build a tolerance, a resistance to drugs over time. So, it's kind of like caffeine. Your first cup of coffee is like zah, but if you've been drinking coffee for a while, you might need a little bit more to get the pick me up that you need, and maybe they're trying to dial him in.
Yeah, I think
Entertainment purposes only. It's purely speculation, but that would be one example of why they might start late.
Yeah, indeed. It's like us starting late.
Yes.
Some people complain when we go 3 or 4 or 5 minutes in before we throw a card down. So for all of you that complain, we're only 3 minutes in, but here's a secret card, so you can't complain. There we go. I don't even know what it is.
I do.
Okay, so you know what it is. I have no idea what it is. Throw a comment in the comments on what it was, so at least I can figure out what it was.
I'll give you a hint. It's a major arcana that suggests attitude adjustment. Looking at something maybe in a different, maybe these 3-minute intros are perfect for you.
Perhaps
warming up your coffee or getting your toast ready to
I
go.
should strap my legs to that little platform there.
Exactly, one leg.
Just one leg.
And tie your hands behind your back. Exactly.
Yeah, those are actually, for those of you who are wondering some of the stuff in the background, this is a ladder we built for the cats. So, because they like to walk the fence line, but it's like a 6.5-foot drop. So I wanted something for them. So we've got this little cat ladder that they can, as they get older, they have an easier time getting up and down the fence.
For all you Qbert fans out there, you know exactly what that does. Boink, boink, boink.
Okay, so let's. Do you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
Yeah, I'm going to start. We're going to look at. I just want to look at Trump's energy in general. It was funny. Linda G just did a reading on this. With the Stormy Daniels NDA part, and she was saying he was exhausted, and that was the same read I got like 2 weeks ago when Gary and I and Marina got together. Actually, probably 3 weeks ago, because we're getting up together this Tuesday. So
here we go.
Check out the live collab between Twin Tarot and Heart Center Tarot with Marina.
We got one coming up on Tuesday, don't we?
That is correct.
Yeah. So yes, come check us out Tuesday.
Plug.
More nonsense.
all the nonsense.
6
What's
o'clock
going-
Tuesday Pacific time.
Let's take a look at Trump's energy here.
Oh.
My deck's upside down. Yes, it is. Two of coins as the foundation. It's a decline, and it's not just a rapid decline, but it's a spiral. He's spiraling downwards. His health is spiraling downwards, and it's getting worse and worse. Crossed with the Nine of Cups, and it's impacting his emotional state. He's no longer the guy in command. He's not sitting there in charge of his faculties, but he needs to present like he's in charge of his faculties. But the whole time, he's spiraling downward, and underneath it all is the Empress. On one hand, he's very lazy, he's very entitled, so in some ways he's done this to himself because he doesn't eat well, he doesn't exercise, he doesn't get enough sleep, so he's done this to himself. This is self-inflicted. But, he's got that arrogance like it doesn't matter, but it does. In the past, the Queen of Cups, they're keeping a lid on Donald Trump's his health and his emotional state. But when Stephen Chung is out there, as my brother was saying that, Trump's tired or he's exhausted, that's why he's canceling things, they're letting that out. But they were keeping that secrets before. Current situation is the Page of Cups. He's regressing. He's getting... It's manifesting himself as him getting crazier and crazier. Saying more QAnon stuff, more stuff that's unhinged. He's less able to control his emotions. And again, he runs on anger and fear and rage and outrage and stuff like that. Overarching energy is the Ace of Wands. This is when he needs to have a big push. Trump needs to be pushing hard right now, and he just can't do it. This is where he needs to be out in the swing states, trying to convince not uncommitted voters, whoever those might be, or at least trying to get the Haley Republicans to say you got to vote for me. But I don't think he's got the energy to do it, and that's a problem. And if he does push it, that's going to make things even worse. The lesson to be learned is the Three of Cups. He's not being celebrated. Oh, well, okay. He is being celebrated because the rallies that he has done, again, have been in front of a bunch of women at Fox News who are already Trump supporters. Mm-hmm. So it's not moving the ball down the field. It's going to Coachella in front of a bunch of Trump supporters to get their adulations in a state that he will never carry, nor will it really do anything for Republicans trying to get House seats. They're going to get like their 6 or 7 seats from the interior valley, and that's going to be it. So what he's doing is, although his health is down, rather than go to where he's needed, he's going to where he feels loved. Mm-hmm. Lesson to be learned is the Three of Coins. And also, I think this is kind of his support team. His support team's trying to do what they can to keep the concoctions going. And notice the pair of threes here. And they're working behind the scenes trying to keep him going, but these coins are going dark. Mm-hmm. And we go from the 2 to the 3. There is a progression that as he spirals downward, there's consultations as to, okay, what are we going to do with this guy? They've got less than 3 weeks. Yeah. Less than 3 weeks to go.
Yes, indeed.
Thoughts?
I think this can also be kind of what's motivating him right now. He's seeing his hopes, wishes, and dreams slipping away because he's not able to pull the energy he can. And, now he's the father of IVF, apparently. He's just trying to get these women voters.
That should alarm everybody.
Yeah.
What are you doing to be the father in in vitro fertilization? Just saying.
Yeah, start doing some DNA tests.
Yeah, exactly. Why did my child come up with such small hands and a small mouth and acts like he's Napoleon?
And he's got a mushroom. They're trying to keep him under control. He's coming up. His messaging is getting crazier and crazier, and now a new messaging seems to be emerging, which is, we might need to take Grandpa's keys away from him. You're weird. and you're acting weird, and it's more and more people are actually seeing this now. This is your 39-minute dance party. Woohoo!
Yeah.
And they're behind the scenes. They're like, we're doing everything we can to get this guy to the finish line. He's really in a bad place.
And I want to touch on that, not because I'm the father of IVF, but also, all Trump needs to do is get to election day. And then once he's at election day, the election denial starts. The GOP, the Republicans start bringing up the court cases, trying to overturn the election, doing skullduggery in the background.
Mm-hmm.
All the while, Trump just sits there, lazy and entitled. That's building on Cash Peters' reading from the other day, where he got this feeling of Trump, just getting exhausted to the finish line and saying, I won. And Cash is like, I don't think he wins, but he feels like he wins. He might have said it during it, or I thought it was one of the two, but I'll give him credit for saying it, is that's when his Republican Party members kick into gear with basically the coup 2.0. Starting again with the election was rigged, the election was stolen, we're going to file these court cases. We're going to basically try and steal this election and put it back in Republican control.
Yeah, I think in 2020 we had the Red Mirage, as they called it, where
2022. That was going to be the big red wave.
No, not the red
House.
wave, the Red Mirage, where all the early voting by the Democrats was counted after.
It was both 2020 and 2022.
Okay.
You had the
But
Red Mirage.
yeah, what I'm referring to is the presidential election, because he just jumped on it since the day of like 11 o'clock that night. Well, I won because I had more votes at the ballots that day, because they were preventing the states from counting the early ballots ahead of time. So, as the early ballots were started to count, and you see the lead chipping away and swinging from Trump to...
They stole it overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
Tranches
They knew
of-
exactly how many votes they needed,
Yeah,
and they...
10,000.
Here we go again.
780 votes.
Yeah, we're gonna do this again. He's gonna do the same damn thing.
Yeah.
So,
Because it worked so well the first time.
yeah. Okay, so where shall we go next?
You wanted to ask why he's late.
Yes. Okay, so I that's what I'm curious about, is what's causing him to start his rallies late? These people have been out there for hours and they're collapsing, right? There's there's no air.
Hold on, I just need one drink of water before I go out there.
Yeah.
This might take 20 minutes.
He's not paying for his air conditioning. It's just people are dropping like flies, and then he just sits there. He doesn't know what to do. So turn up the music and dance party. It's just like, where's your compassion and empathy? It doesn't. He doesn't
exist.
know what to do. He doesn't know how to
exist.
show it.
He's a malignant narcissist and a sociopath. Those feelings don't exist in his livelihood, in his lifetime.
So why is he starting late? I have a hunch. Well, it's going to be my bias, but I have a hunch that Dr. Ronnie Jackson's elixir is not working as well as it should.
Yeah.
Okay, so why is he late? Wheel of Fortune. Well, anything goes, right?
Right.
It could be just about anything. There might be multiple reasons
There
why
could be
he's late.
fish and bananas and pajamas.
Yeah.
Mutton, beef, and trout.
Mutton, beef, and trout. Okay. The challenge is the Ace of Swords, new messaging. So why is he late? It's like poetic justice. He's starting, his mental capacities are falling fast.
Yeah.
And the Republicans are doing whatever they can, because they realize they have to get him to the election day. They got 3 weeks to go. They got to get him to the finish line. The truth is coming out. They can't hide it anymore. It keeps reappearing. Underneath it all, the star. And I'm taking this as the Democrats, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Every time I get this card, I get Tim Walz in my mind. They've taken the news cycle and made it all about the Democrats. And Trump can't change the news cycle. He tried it with the damn hurricanes, saying that it was Biden's bad FEMA results.
Or the Democrats being able to control the weather.
Control the damn weather. I
Yes.
mean, even my wife was like, what the hell? So there, underneath it, they're fighting the star power that the Democrats have built over the last few months.
And by that, he means that his wife, who does not normally pay attention to politics,
Not at all. Yeah.
as opposed to, like, oh, I didn't know people could actually do that.
Yeah, exactly.
The hell? Why would the Democrats do such a thing?
Why is he late? In the past, you got the Queen of Wands.
Yeah, I think you got Kamala Harris right there.
Yeah, I
right?
think he's under stress because you've got the strong messaging coming from Kamala Harris, and you've got the strong reaction from the childless cat ladies because you took away their reproductive rights and their daughters' reproducctive rights and their granddaughters' reproductive rights. And David is just ready to jump in on this
I'll
one.
let you finish because I think I see where this is going, but I'm curious to see what's going on.
Okay. Current energy is the is a Seven of Cups. It's just there's a lot of confusion. His brain is in a fog, they don't know what to do. He's coming up with crazier and crazier stuff. You know, Dr. Ronnie Jackson, entertainment purposes only, is coming up with different elixirs to try and get the good results versus the bad results. Overarching energy is the Six of Pentacles.
There he is.
Yeah.
Dr. Feelgood himself.
Yes, here, take a couple pills and maybe the Supreme Court will bail you out. I think really this reading is starting to pivot a little bit. I think it's the motivations. I think he's actually starting to give up on his campaign, and he's going to plan B, which is I'm going to rely on the courts. I'm going to rely on the politicians I've paid off and the court system to give me the victory. And the being late, maybe Spirit's starting to take me away. Don't worry why he's late. This is what he's got going on here. Mm-hmm. The lesson to be learned is strength. He wants to project strength. Always. But he's not. It's coming out, and we're seeing the truth. He's not strong anymore. And he's coming across as crazy. Not strong, but crazy. He'll tell you he's strong, but then we see him, he's like, no, you're crazy. And the outcome...
Victory,
6,
but
yeah.
he wins anyway.
Yeah, so this is probably tied right to Cash Peters. He is going to try and declare victory on Election Day because of, once again, since a lot of the early voting is really heavily favored towards the Democrats, he is going to... so a lot of day of election results will be people who actually went to the polls, which lately has been a very strong Republican. So he might have some small leads in some of the swing states, and he's going to pull the same crap he did in 2020 and what they did in 2022 for the mid-year elections. He's going to claim victory, but it's not happening. I don't know. You jump in. You were ready to completely go out on this thing.
When I was looking at the Wheel of Fortune card, I'm thinking of time passing. Like make them wait, because then I'm going to come out with my points, and I'm going to be the star. So he's acting like this entitled star. Like, you make them wait and get them up.
Sure.
Get the energy up, the fervor, because the energy's been dead on there. So I think he feels like if he makes them wait, they're going to get more anxious. They're going to get impatient, waiting for him to come out there. Then they'll give him a big greeting, and he looks at Kamala Harris's rallies, which are energetic and parties and packed with people. And that's what he wants. She now has what he had in 2016. Mm-hmm. And instead, what he has is a freaking pity party. He goes out there and they're like, oh, Donald's out here. And he has to pay people to attend his rallies. It's awful.
I think you're hitting it.
And he's he's trying to force his message in there, and it's not working. They're spitting out, his audience who supports him is spitting out the tablets. They're tired of it. Now, how many times can you talk about Hannibal Lecter before you're done with it?
Battery.
He comes out thinking, yeah, I was successful. I forced my message on him. I was successful.
I was the star.
I was the star. I made him wait. They took my message and I win. But he's so narcissistic, he doesn't realize that what this really is that people are leaving. They've heard the message. They're tired of the message. I was watching a TikTok video, and I shared this the other day, about an autistic person uh, describing the election and why he thought Kamala Harris was going to win, and he likened Trump to a banana. In 2016, it was a nice yellow banana, firm, and people were like, yeah, we're going to give bananas a shot. In 2020, you know, the banana was a little bit aged, and
Get those
you know they
brown
were
spots
done. They
on
were
it.
done with bananas. They were ready to move. Yeah, they got the leopard spots, and like, yeah, okay, I'm ready for something different. In 2024, it's a brown banana. It's oozing out of the peel. There's flies flying around it. It's just, you know, hold your nose, and you know, they really don't want this. Where he is now is not the person he was 8 years ago.
No.
Not even close. And no amount of wanting him to be the guy he was 8 years ago is going to give the MAGA supporters the guy he was 8 years ago.
No, they're just gonna have some banana bread that probably won't be manifested. Non-manifested banana bread. That was something that happened in our house a lot.
Yeah, it happened a lot too. I'm gonna throw these bananas in the compost. No, don't. I'll make banana bread out of them. That's like the great lie. That's right up there with the checks in the mail. You know.
Yeah, you had about a 90% failure rate with I'll make banana bread.
Yeah, I think it was more like 95 to 98 in my experience.
We gotta give Mom some credit. She made it once in a while.
All right. Anything else we want to touch on this
No,
one?
I think that's it.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching this video and supporting our channel. We do appreciate it.
If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, subscribe it. Hit the bell, and we'll wake you up at midnight Pacific time every single day.
And my brother's task is to read the comments during the workday when he's supposed to be working.
Don't just read during the workday.
He goes to the bathroom a lot at work.
Oh God. Yes, I spend most of my working life in the toilet answering comments.
Hey, you get paid the
No,
same.
I do it in the morning when I wake up. I do some when I'm on break at work or if work has gotten slow. But I also do a lot on the couch when I get home from work. I read every single one, by the way, and I respond to many of them.
And he has many cats crawling all over him while he does it. So you get
Yeah,
you get that good cat energy while
It's hard to do when
him.
Cocoon is on the couch with me because she's rather insistent that I pet her instead of tapping out answers on my phone there.
You just need a third arm.
Oh, like
Exactly.
Zaphod Beeblebrox.
Exactly.
There you
All
go,
right.
all you Douglas Adams fans out there.
Throw all sorts of references out. Thanks again for watching this video. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I can't. Okay. Okay. Well.
He's
Okay.
late.
Now you're gonna get a secret
We're
card because
outside. He's trying to work the mouse on a table.
on
or something.
on these I forget what the wood is. It's really teak wood, and the mouse is like. So now you're gonna get a second secret card. 2 secret cards. Oh, right here. It wants to be cut here. Secret card. Don't tell me what it is.
Oh, I know.
Just
what
write it in the
is.
comments and let me know what you think it meant. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.